did not go according to plan. My biggest worry is that the weight that's going to be on these pegboards is going to topple the grid wall. And it wasn't my fault. They crashed into me.
Also, more importantly, got the snacks. As usual, nothing ever goes according to plan. There's a problem with the van. It's my favourite bit. We just made our first sale and it was before it opened, which is great. Trying to use up my scraps.
Oh my god, what if we've invested all this money and it just blows up in our faces? The gross profit from this event is, drumroll please, hello and welcome to my channel, The Crochet Doctor. My name's Amy and I'm a doctor who crochets. This is my first event vlog. We are super excited. This is our biggest event of the year. It is UKGE, UK Games Expo, and it's held at the NEC in Birmingham, which is the biggest convention centre in the UK. It's massive. Last year we had around 65,000 people attend. We took nearly £7,000 in sales. And it was absolutely fantastic. We have been prepping for this event for about 5 months. All of the challenges you have seen are all for this event, plus a whole lot more behind the scenes. We combine the crochet with the jewellery, and our jewellery is a little bit more quirky. It's jewellery made from Lego pieces and board game pieces. It is held at the last weekend of May every year. We've been for the last 2 years. This will be our 3rd year. This is going to be the biggest pitch we've had. It is a 10 metres squared, so a 5 by 2 metre, with 2 customer facing sides in a premium area. We're hoping we're going to do really, really well. We desperately want to beat last year's takings. It's not for another week. We've got a little bit of prep work to do. First thing, we had a delivery last night. We have rebranded the business. The business is now called Brick and Stitch. She's Brick, I'm Stitch. And Brick and Stitch encompasses the Crochet Doctor. So we needed to rebrand. We needed a new banner, we needed new business cards, and most importantly, we needed new tags for the crochet items. Let's take a little look at that delivery. It did not go according to plan. What we got? The boxes first.
We have got
Let's see them.
a barcode.
Excellent, love a barcode. Where's the front? Is that off centre?
Yeah, really badly off centre.
Tell me they're not all like that.
They shouldn't be.
They're all really off centre. Okay, they're better. Show me that one. Right, how many are like that then? Is the whole case like it?
That box, yes. Those ones are okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's cute. See the back? We have 2 whole boxes that are off centre. It's half of our order, and I think we ordered what, 1,000, 2,000?
2,000, I think.
2,000, so that's 1,000 that are off centre that we'll have to go back. And you've got more off centre. I mean, they're off centre as well.
What? Is that one off centre?
Yeah.
Slightly?
Ever so slightly. They're all different.
They are, aren't they?
There is good news. We've spoken to Vistaprint. They are so apologetic and absolutely lovely. I've never had a problem working with them at all. They are going to replace all of the crochet labels and they're going to do it mega fast. Hopefully they will be here in time for us to relabel loads of plushies really, really quickly. We're talking a lot of plushies. It's going to be a hard slog towards the end of the week. Today we are bringing in some kit from storage so that we can do a mock setup. We've got our tables in the car, all of our display units, and we're going to create a few things that are a bit different this year. We had to find some room in the house to put these things, and that is not the easiest thing to do. Come with me as we unload the car, we do a bit of prep work, make some new display units and do a mock setup. This is the only area in the house where we can physically put the stuff we're bringing in from the car today. It is our kitchen doorway. Don't worry, we have another one. And the other half is going to get the rest of the stuff. Prepping for the first show of the season is always a big task, and I'm going to take you along with me. But if you get... Well, because I don't want the car... The way we're using these boards, or the way the plan is to use these boards, is we don't need the mounts anymore because I'm going to cable tie them to these grid walls. I need to take off all the mounts, check them all over. They're all pretty scratched up, but they're still very functional. My hope is I give it a nice clean, I get off as many marks as possible. Once the product is on there, it covers up a lot of the tiny little scratches that you see, so it's not the end of the world. My biggest worry is that the weight that's going to be on these pegboards is going to topple the grid wall. We're going to see if that is the case today. Pray with me. Okay, everything's clean. Now to construct. It may need a bit more supporting as we add stuff to it, but the basics are done, and actually I'm quite happy with that. We have our jewellery set up, and we have the represented items. And then this works quite well. We're going to have some labelling, fill it up, and go from there. There will be another board here, which is currently being filled. We have some small paws. Excuse me. We were a bit limited with our mock setup because we forgot the cages. So imagine cages. Let's take you around. The jewellery table will be here, but obviously we do not have enough space for that. And then we've got our hen house for the chickens. This is the stingrays and the fruits as the nice grabbable items. There's then going to be a couple of cages here. We can have some space behind for admin stuff. And then on top of it, we're going to put some showpieces. And then this I am particularly happy with. I love it. We're going to have some signage here. The idea is you come in, this is your eye line. First thing you see is my little guys with the kit. Now a kit ran the other way, so it explains what's in it. And then we're going to have my tutorials playing on a loop, so people can see what they're getting with it. And then you come down and our price list will be here. And then we come round, you've got some more grabbable baskets, our Pride selection. And then you're going to have to use your imagination for this bit. This is all going to be grid walls and cages. They're going to be 3 high. This is your bottom tier, second tier, upper tier. We've written down what we're going to be putting on each one. There'll be 4 sections, 3 high. It's what we usually do, and we hope we haven't forgotten anything. Isn't that right, honey? Excellent. I'm really pleased with how that went. The rest of the prep work is probably going to happen off camera, mainly because we need to get it done and we need to get it done fast. Plus it's really boring. You just watch us label things and argue over certain stuff about what is and isn't done. Next time I see you, we will be on packing day. See you then. Today's the day. It is Wednesday. It is packing day. It's going to take all day. I have to go and pick up the van very shortly. Very, very exciting. I love driving vans. I've only ever crashed one of them. And it wasn't my fault. They crashed into me. However, I still love driving vans. So, picking up the van, then we've got to pack everything. We're still waiting on some packing materials before we can even pack the kits. We decided to get some cellophane packing wrap. I've never used it before. It's supposed to be a sturdier version of cling film. And that is supposed to be arriving today on Amazon Prime. Thank God for Amazon Prime. I ordered 4 rolls of the stuff just to be on the safe side. And our plan is to wrap it round the shelving units in the hope that it all stays where it's supposed to be. We'll see if that works. I don't know. Loading the van is probably going to happen in stages. We're in the new house. We don't have off-street parking at the moment. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. We live on a really busy road. I don't even know if we're going to get a parking spot anywhere near our house. These are all new challenges for us that we've not had to deal with before. I miss my driveway. I'm going to go get the van. Number 1. I am exhausted. It is a hot day. I'm really sweaty, and now I've got a 2-hour drive ahead of me. The other half has gone on with the car and the kids to get them settled. I am heading to my mum's for the night, and then we're going up to Birmingham tomorrow. So very excited. The van is packed, as you saw in the montage, and the question is it going to stay like that? I think things are going to fall over, hands down. It's just a question of what breaks. It's 8 p.m. or just gone. Tiring night ahead. It's Thursday. It's the morning we travel to Birmingham. When we get there, we're going to set up. We're supposed to be there for 1 o'clock. We've done this process a fair few times before, so hopefully we know what we're doing. And then it will be all systems go. I'm excited, but it is already hot outside. What a lovely country England is. Also, more importantly, got the snacks. As usual, nothing ever goes according to plan. There's a problem with the van. It needs something jigging or topping up. So we've stopped at the local rental place and hopefully they will fix it. We have 41 minutes before we have to be there. Here we are. This is us.
I gotta go park the van. She's starting the setup. I've just parked the van. Now I have to walk the 20 minutes back to the venue. And then it's setup time. The wife should have started on the jewellery. My job is the majority of the bulky bits. And then obviously the crochet. See you in a bit. We are starving. It is nearly 9 o'clock. We've been trying to get some food and this is Tesco's. What on earth is happening? There's no refrigerated stuff at all. This is not what you want to see. Can't even get frozen meals or vegetables. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hello. So it is about 6:30 on Friday morning. I did not film much yesterday afternoon after I stopped halfway through the setup. My camera battery died, but I was also absolutely exhausted, really disgruntled, grumpy, hungry, sweaty, tired, and probably wouldn't have made good TV. The booth is set up pretty much completely. There's a couple of things we need to do this morning. The crochet is pretty much set up. It's the jewellery that's a little bit behind. And I have to say, the behind makes me so happy. It's so organised. I know where everything is. And I'm really hoping that this is going to be a big improvement. Last year, I was forever looking in boxes under the tables, scuffling around trying to find things. This year, the majority of my restock is all on shelves, easily accessible, compact down, and colour-coded. It's, how long till that gets messy? I don't know. We're going early this morning. The aim is to get there between 7 and 7:30. Meanwhile, I am finishing off the wings to my Sakura dragon. She's beautiful. But I hate making dragons. Anyway, I will update you when we get there. Just arrived. I've just picked up the van. The wife was dropped off a little earlier. I think it's this way. There she is. Hello. Here we have our final stall setup. This is my favourite bit. Crochet kits.
Attention, please. This is a message for all educators. These charms will receive.
And this is our setup behind. We have our bags, our rubbish, restock, and then all the crochet kit stuff. The kits are on the top, the pink bags are the refills. They're all in colour order. And then our restock plushies, the main small ones. And then the crew that did not fit. Oh, hello guys. And my crochet corner. I've got all my yarn down there. The glamour of backstage working.
It is Saturday morning and we have done a bit of a switch around. We've restocked. We sold our chonky pigeon yesterday. I made a new one last night. Made some sales there. We swapped our stingrays for our whales because the stingrays are running out, and we have actually lowered the price on these. We've never done them before, and I think we priced them just a tad too high and they were tucked around a corner. We've reduced the price and they're right at the front. We'll see how that does. The kits did well yesterday. I think I counted, we sold about 18 kits and refill kits. The pigeons were very popular and they were there. I've got more of these guys than I do of the pigeons, so I've put them up here so they're nice and eye level now, and we'll see if that makes a difference. They're also cheaper, but this guy is popular. And then the penguins are all still beautifully displayed with their colours and a few extra kits. And then mushy pops have been restocked. Here is our scene. This is all we have left of the pigeons. I made loads and this is all that's left. Penguins, we ran out of blue. I've made a couple more, I just need to put tags on them. And this is our bird contingent. They're doing well, loving life. This is our stingrays, and as you can see, it's fairly deplete. I did my best, but I really hate making these. Octos are doing well. Our rainbow octos tend to do the best. This is all we've got left of capybaras, only 2 left. I did only make 4 though, to be fair. Bunnies are selling slowly, which is good. This is our colour combo that we've got at the moment. And then we are yet to sell any of our bigger products, but it has only been day 1 and most people window shop on day 1. Considering yesterday was window shopping, we did pretty well. Sorry about the noise, but it is heating up in here. There's the wife.
Good morning.
Who's restocking the jewellery. You're out of stock of some things. The jewellery always does really well at this event. People love it. We've changed a few things backstage too, obviously, more yarn. We're moving our bags up here. We were getting a bit entangled yesterday and needed a lot more. Refill kits are still down here, that's working really well. I am yet to reorganise up here because I haven't restocked behind. Let's get it all done. We just made our first sale and it was before it opened, which is great. It was a classic penguin kit. They're doing well. Yay! People are prepared today. There are suitcases, there are cages on wheels, there's crates that people are going to buy. Messy.
I haven't got the energy for this.
Custom order, all completed. Decided to do a little bit of advertising. Walking around with this guy, you get a lot of looks. It's the beginning of day 3. It's a definite buzz in the air for the last push, final day. We are running low on everything. Run out of pigeons. These 2 are the 2. There's one in the front and one in the back. 2 that I made last night. We're even starting to run out of some chickens. The fruit bowl is getting a bit deplete. The whales are okay. I made loads of those. Kits, we only have a few pigeon kits left, and then this is the rest of the stock. We put the alligator amongst the frogs, down to the last capybara, last axolotls, last snake colours, running out of penguins. These are the last of the budgies, last of the stingrays, last of the mushy boys. Changed the display up a little bit, seeing if we can get any of our big guys gone today. Little turtles have been selling quite well. So, fingers crossed for a good day. Let's match last year.
We've completely run out of positive pigeon kits, which is amazing. We are having to sell the refill kits with a little crochet pack, and we've sold one of them already.
The event is over. I've just walked back to the van, load everything up and drive the 3.5-hour journey home. Actually not home, 3.5-hour journey to get the kids and then home tomorrow. We don't know how much we made yet. Have a rough idea of card takings but not cash, but it's been a good day. Sunday's always the slowest day, always with the least amount of takings, but it was still pretty steady for a slow day. We're pretty happy with it. The question is, did we hit our target and did we beat last year? Don't know. Stick around to find out. It's Monday, we're finally home, got the van back, unpacked it all in the rain, drove the van to the rental place and then walked home in the rain following the heat wave. Hence looking a bit dishevelled. I'm going to film the outro to this and the complete summary and breakdown of what we sold and how much we made another day. It's about a week later. I never manage to film the outros immediately after, it just doesn't happen. I'm usually so exhausted from the event, and as you can see by the last clip, I didn't realise quite how exhausted I sounded, but I was absolutely shattered. The whole thing is a lot of driving, a lot of lifting, carrying, being awake long hours. It's not just a mental but a very physical job. Anyway, I have it all on my laptop and we're going to go through it. Now, bear in mind, we kept a tally via text message as to what we were selling. We also had a sort of updated inventory before we went. So what we've got here is a summary of a combination of the two. If anything, it's an underestimate of what we sold because I was frantically making things before the event that never got put in the inventory, and we clearly missed a few sales in the text messages because the finances don't quite add up. We do our taxes based on the money that comes in rather than the products that go out. It's done as a sole trader. It's a whole thing I won't get into. Right. In no particular order, we have our budgies. Now, I do two different styles of budgies, the yellow and green and the white and blue. Thinking of adding in some more colours. We sold a total of 16 of these little guys. Bear in mind, we only brought 16. So they sold out. We then had 5 yellow chicks and we sold 2 of them. They weren't as popular. Mallards, now these are always popular and I thought I stocked loads. We sold 22 mallards. Pigeons we sold out. Now we're not 100% sure exactly how many pigeons we took and I made 5 more on the stand. We think we sold about 13 pigeons. We sold every single one we had. And then the 2 chonkier pigeons that I'd made, they both sold as well. Penguins, we sold 18 penguins. And then we've got our small mini octopuses. We've got the plain octopuses in the various colours and we sold 9 of them. We've got our pride octos and we sold 17 of those. Now, the bisexual pride octo was hands down the most popular. I usually take 10 of each. I sold 8 of them. Bisexuals have never been that popular. We then have our rainbow octos and this comprises of both the pastel colours and the bright vibrant rainbow. We sold 14 of those. Not as popular as they usually are, but then there was a bigger selection this time. And then we come on to the mushrooms. The mushy pops I thought were going to be a bit more popular, but we still sold 25 of those. And the mushy boys, I made an extra 9 red ones. All of the red ones sold. We also sold another 5 in the random colours. I made an active decision not to make any more colours of mushy boys other than the red ones. I just really love them and they sell so much better than any other colour. We come on to our fruits. I'm creating my own patterns for jumbo fruits. It's early in the stages and I've done a few myself, but we've only got 2 that are tested. And I made a jumbo strawberry, which sold, and that was one of the first sales. Then we made a jumbo orange, and he also sold. We then have a total of 5 pears, 9 bananas, 3 blueberries, 3 oranges, and 1 lemon. That sold. And they go in our little fruit bowl. I had 2 brontosauruses. I hate making brontosauruses. I think it's the way the legs are attached to each other. I just can't get my head around it. It's really frustrating. So I had one that was pre-made. He sold really quickly. And I had a whip that just needed a little bit of the tail doing, and he also sold. Pocket frogs and leggy frogs. Frogs are in. We sold 62 pocket frogs and 6 leggy frogs. Now the leggy frogs I didn't restock for this event. I just never got around to it, and the most popular colour only had a couple left. I think that's why, because leggy frogs usually do really, really well. Mini alligators. I had 2. I sold both. Chickens are always a steady seller for us, and we sold 17 of them, and we completely sold out of the lighter colour. That was the most popular. Stingrays, we know we sold 20. I don't know if we sold any more than that, because she never counted the stingrays before we left. Whales, we sold 14. Considering they didn't do well on day 1, moving them slightly, we sold a whole load more, and I love making these, so I'm going to make a whole bunch for the next one. Might even do a whale video. Having a whale of a time. Then one that surprised me was scrunchies. Now scrunchies are usually a very steady seller for us. We sell a few, never really more than 10 at an event. We sold 39 scrunchies, which is great for us. And one lady bought 1 on the first day, came back on the 3rd day and bought 4 more because she said it was so lovely, she wanted more. Who am I to argue with that? We have our itty bitty snakes, and we sold 14 of those. The first one to go of those, interestingly, was the rainbow one. We sold 12 jellyfish, 10 axolotls. We completely sold out of axolotls, and I only took 10 with us. So 4 chunky bunnies and 7 mini bunnies. We sold 5 oysters, 5 chill pills, and 5 otters. We've got wrist straps and lanyards. We sold 5 of each, which was nice. Again, another steady seller for us. And I put them quite low down in the booth on the spinner. I didn't actually think they'd get much traction at all. The fact that we sold 5 of each, I'm really happy with. We sold 9 turtles. Turtles weren't as popular this year as they were last year. Last year, way more popular. I don't know if it was the colour combos I had, or the way they were displayed, or that we had more interesting things this year. I don't know, but that's one to look into. Kittens, little loaf kittens. I made 4. I sold all 4. I don't like making them, but I do like making the loaf cats, and we only had 1 loaf cat and he sold. Capybaras, I made 4. We sold 4. Rubber ducks, I sold 5. Again, not quite as popular, but they were down right in the far left-hand corner, and they were slightly obscured as well. And I thought the bright yellow might shine out regardless of that, and it did. We sold 5. Then we come on to the slightly bigger items. We have had this peanut butter jellyfish item with us for a long time, and we had reduced the price before and left it as the price it was, and then this lady picked it up, loved playing with the tentacles, and was just like, oh, I don't know if I can justify that. And I said to her, I'll knock £5 off the price. And she bought it. Yes. I'm never making that again. It doesn't do well in the UK. And the next big item, we had a large whale, which I made a long time ago. He sold. We had a triceratops, which was end of line. He sold. These were reduced price items because I want them out of the stock. One chap bought one of our larger snakes. He was beautiful, and he was the only large snake to sell, which doesn't surprise me. The snakes aren't as popular, and at that price point, people have to really love the snake, which I get. It's a shame because I love making them. I might put some on Etsy and see what happens, because if they sell, then I can replace them. I'm very excited about that. We sold the flamingo and the seagull, and we sold a mini anchor, which I was very, very pleased with, because I would have been really sad not to have sold any anchors at all. We had 2 custom orders, one which she paid for and wanted at the event. She wanted the pigeon, but as a bird that looked like her bird drawing. It was a black bird and apparently has rainbow speckles on the head. And I was very clear that I can't do the rainbow speckles because that's not a tested pattern for me. So I can do the pigeon in black. And she also wanted a little bomb because apparently this pigeon has bombs and things. So I did a little bomb for her on the side, which is a modification of an old stress ball pattern that I do. I say modification, it's just in black. So there's this black bird with a black bomb, and she's going to embroider some rainbow things and a bee sign on it, and I think it's going to be amazing, and I'd love to see. The second custom order I have is for a giant pigeon. Now this is going to be a decorative piece, but I think it has given me an idea, and I want to turn my pattern jumbo. I want to make a completely new pattern to create this pigeon for this person, but at the same time I'd like to make all of my birds jumbo. We'll see what comes of that. I'm very curious to try, but he doesn't want it until next year at the event. I have some time. It will probably be a winter project for me. Really excited about that. And the last custom order is one that is not paid for because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but it's for a larger version of the Itty Bitty Snake. And when I say large, I mean like my regular snake pattern, but he doesn't want it in the burnout blanket that I make it with. He wants it in the chenille, which then completely changes the pattern and the stitch counts. I need to work on that as well, and we'll see. That was all of the plushies that we think sold. The really exciting thing is the kits. Just before we went to this event, I know I've been talking about these kits for a while and really excited about them, bigging them up. However, there has been that element of doubt in the back of my head of, oh my God, what if we've invested all this money and it just blows up in our faces? Because that is a risk. I've taken lots of risks in the past and they've not all paid off. On the way there, I was absolutely bricking it. And I expressed these concerns to my delightful, supportive other half. And she's like, yeah, been worried about that from the start. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? Anyway, they did really well. I was so happy. We sold a total of 68 kits. 52 of them were full kits and 16 of them were refill kits. And people who bought the refill kits loved the idea. And there were people that bought several at a time. There were people that bought 2 full kits, and there were people who bought mix and match. And it was great. The display worked. I could always tell when the iPad had gone off because people weren't looking and engaging as much. But when they were looking, you could see they were watching the video and thinking, oh, okay, no, maybe I could do that. It was perfect as a display item. I was so happy that we did that, and I will do it from now on for every event that we take the kits to. But it has spurred me on to do more kits, more designs, get these online, and as you are seeing this video now, they will be on Etsy. I will link my Etsy shop down below. It is the Crochet Doctor shop, and it's extremely exciting for me. At the moment, they will only be available to UK because I've not dealt with postage problems before. So I'd like to practice in my own country before releasing it a bit more worldwide. I apologise for the delay to anywhere that's not the UK. But I would like to get this right. In total, from crochet items only, we made £5,152.50. Just let that sink in. That is amazing. I'm so excited with that. And then the rest of it was made up from jewellery plus some things that we don't realise that we've sold. The gross profit from this event is, drum roll please, £7,094. I am ecstatic with that number. We did about 6,800 last year. I wanted to reach that £7,000 mark, and I am so happy with that. That money is amazing, and it is going to pay for my driveway. That may seem like a lot of money, and it is, and I'm very grateful. However, this event had some input. There was investment in the booth fee, in the van hire, in the accommodation, the effort that goes in, plus all of the materials to make the plushies and the jewellery and the kits. I don't have all of those figures for you, but I can tell you a breakdown of the booth investment. The fees for this event are a booth fee of £1,344. Accommodation for the 3 nights was £250. The van hire for, I think it's 5 days, was £200. And the diesel was £125. So that leaves us a grand total of £1,919 investment in this particular event alone, not including material costs. So, considering it's nearly a £2,000 investment for a £7,000 take home, it's quite a big investment and a big risk for that kind of take home, but it is worth it. And we have done it for the last couple of years. Our investment in this year actually was less than last year. Last year we had 3 customer facing sides with only 8 square meters, but we had an end cap in a non-premium area, and that also did very, very well. I think you do well wherever you are really, but they are high booth fees, they are high costs, but it's worth it. You've seen our first event of 2026, our biggest event usually. However, I've got another event that may rival it slightly, not quite to that level of gross profit because it is only a one-day event, but it's expected to be a very, very good day. We'll see how that goes. We've got lots of other events coming up. I plan to vlog them all. As much as these events are exhausting, both mentally and physically, they are great. I love doing them. It's nice talking to people about crochet and getting people interested in crochet. Seeing them buy my items and take them home and treasure them is just the best feeling ever. And I don't want to stop. Being able to share all of that now with yourselves, being open and transparent, very, very excited. Don't forget, Etsy shop down below if you fancy trying to learn to crochet or fancy trying one of my crochet kits. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below. Give us a hype. It really helps small channels develop and grow. And subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Until next time, I'm going to say bye guys. Stingrays, we know we sold 20. I don't know if we sold any more than that, because she never counted the stingrays before we left.